Tone reflects emotional state. Wherever you're emotionally comes out through your tone. Conscious mind picks the concepts we then encode in the symbol system called words and language. So the trap is you could feel something, it's got nothing to do with the person you're interacting with, but so you suppress where you are. Your conscious mind picks your words, but then your emotional state leaks out a little bit, and then people all of a sudden are ignoring your words, and they're really only responding to the tone. This happened to me when I had a car once. It would not start. I pushed it to a dealership. I said, make this car start. $800 later, this car theoretically works. I lock into Portland Airport, long-term parking, go off on a trip, come back 3 days later. The weather's changed, freezing rain. I have no coat, no sweater, no umbrella. I wait for the bus to long-term parking. It never comes. Finally, there's nothing new but get wet. I walk out there, get soaking wet, freezing. Let's get in the car, get the heat on. And it is dead. I am not in the best of moods. But it's times like that I thank God for AAA. There's an organization I love. Been a member 40 years, would not leave home without it. At that point, it's even better. I had just signed up for AAA Plus. I really didn't have a clue what the plus stood for, honestly. But I got it because the last time a AAA guy picked me up, he had such a compelling communication style. He says to me, "Fellow, I'm going to be honest with you. Not trying to sell you anything, but get yourself AAA Plus. Because if you had the plus, I'd be serving you cappuccino right now." Come with a masseuse, a table, oh yeah. Okay, so this is before the prevalence of cell phones. It's a long, wet way to get back to the terminal. It's a short, wet way over to the office connected to the toll booth. I can't believe they're going to let me in. They collect money. I'm going to hope for Good Samaritan. I make my way to the office. Sure enough, the door is locked. There's a window in the door. Face appears. I go, 55%. Wet cat syndrome wins out. They let me in. Let me use the phone. Even gave me a little saucer of milk. I got on the phone, AAA, and it's normal procedure. What's your number, problem, location? Fine, we'll have a tow truck out there in 15 to 30 minutes. Please wait. Now, where did they tell you to wait? By the car, at the car, in the car. Prepositions vary to a degree, but it's you in your car. That's all I've ever heard until that day when she says, and maybe this is the plus, please wait by the entrance to the parking lot. I think, good. I got milk. I'm warm and dry. And wait a second. Toll booth is exit. Entrance is way on the other side of the lot. No shelter, just a gate that gives you a ticket. I say I'd rather wait in my car. She says, I'm sorry, I cannot send a tow truck there. I say, why? Is this some legal thing with the Port of Portland? Not a legal thing. It's just he won't find you. He won't find me. He'll find me. I'm on road D31, long-term parking. This is my license plate. I'll be in my car. She says, oh, no. Now, I'm thinking to myself, what is required here? If the guy knows the alphabet and can recognize numbers, I think he's going to find me. And in fact, as I do a quick review of history, I realize I've never been this specific. I've had times growing up in New York City, they say, where are you? I say, I don't know. Because all the street signs and even the lampposts are gone. Okay, what's on the corner? Pizza, candy store, that in 10 million corners. And I always said, tell you what, get in the car, lock the doors, crouch real low. We'll find you. They've always found me. So here I'm saying D31. Up to that point, I was proud of myself. I was giving her coordinates. I mean, come on, I've seen people beam onto starships with that kind of information. But that's at express, that's suppressed. I'm just saying, yes, he will. She says, no, he won't. I say, yes, he will. She says, no, he won't. I say, yes, he will. Now, she must have had communication training. She suddenly got flexible. Let's start from the very beginning. And I'm thinking, good, we kind of got off on the wrong foot here. Hello, and I have your number, and where would you like to wait? And I said, well, let me think for a minute. In my car. And she says, call me up later when you decide. Okay, so she's taking me personally. Now, if you ever give people a negative message with your tone, the only chance you have to recover from it is to get more honest with them. So being a flexible, conscious communicator, I get honest and I explain to her what's really going on. Look, I am sorry if I sound angry. That's because I am. It's got nothing to do with you. It has to do with being soaking wet and freezing. I just got a car, spent $800 to get started last weekend. It doesn't start. On top of that, you're telling me I have to stand in the freezing rain for 15 to 30 minutes with no coat or umbrella because the guy will not find me. Can we just re-examine the situation one more time, just a little bit more closely? There's only one airport in the whole city of Portland. You think he'll find that? It's only got one lot they call long-term parking, so he'll probably find that. There's only one row in that lot with a pole stuck in the middle of it and a sign on the pole that says D31. To make it easier on the guy, they only put 50 spaces in any particular row, and there's only 3 cars parked in D31. So, if you still think he will not find me, feel free to tell him. It's the car with a really pissed off guy in it! I just signed with AAA Plus. What's the plus stand for? Plus inconvenience? And she thought that was funny, so it got approved by her management. Now, the turning point in that conversation was when I told her where I was coming from. At that point, I got totally condescending. I attacked her, I sniped at her, and suddenly she's going, it's kind of funny. And that's the funny thing about tone. At the tone, people take it personally, whether it's about them or not, but if you tell people where you're coming from, they drop taking it personally, even if it is about them. Beware tone, it's the most common way we send a mixed message.